The act of recreating a piece of art by or in the style of an artist that you consider a master. This is what's called a master study, or other known as a master copy. Now, when I first seen other artists do these master studies, I thought to myself, I ain't got time for that. But then, after seeing how beneficial it was to those artists, I decided to do a master copy myself. And so in this video, that's what I'll be doing, is this master study. And so I'm taking inspiration from these books I got right here. So these books I got were passed down from my aunt, her father, who is my great-grandfather. He was also a painter as well. And so these are his books. This is Leonardo da Vinci book right here that I'm currently looking at and getting some inspiration from, getting some ideas from in the classical painting styles they painted in. Take a look at the pages in this book. And simply checking out Leonardo da Vinci's paintings and how soft his paintings were as well. And this is also another favorite of mine that was passed down, that was owned by my great-grandfather as well, known as the world's most beautiful paintings. If my nose sounds a little stuffy, it's because it is. Look at the beautiful wear and tear in this book as well. It gives it so much more character. And when they create these books back then, you can see the amount of attention, detail, and care that they put into these books. Here we have Salvador Dali. Now he truly takes surrealism to a whole nother level. And if he's not one of your favorites, but I don't know who is. This is Mary Cassatt. I actually found her in this book as well. She's from Pittsburgh, where I'm from. That makes her a little biased opinion here, but it makes her one of my favorite artists now. And you can see from this book that there's some water damage here. It also gives the book a tad bit more character. It makes the book much more better than as if it didn't have the water damage. That's just my opinion. It's a bit biased, but it's okay. But as I'm flipping through this book, there's just so many different paintings in this book that are just inspirational and simply amazing to look at and gather different ideas and thoughts and thought processes from as well. This is the part where I've seen an artist whose portraits that I like, since I paint portraits and figurative work. There wasn't many in this book that I've seen besides his and a few others, including Mary Cassatt. So I went, his name was Franz Hals. So I went and looked further at his work. And I was reminded by John Singer Sargent. So I decided to paint one of his paintings. And it can be intimidating painting who we consider a master in the arts paintings because of how great they are. So when we think about painting their paintings, we stop ourselves, and sometimes doubt rises up, thinking that we can't possibly be able to paint at the level they painted at. That's the beautiful thing about recreating these master paintings, is being able to tap into the mindset behind that artist who painted it. Also, you just see me use a blade on the glass. I seen in the comments on a previous video that it's not a great idea, and I agree with that person. I don't remember who that was, but I agree with you because one time I did cut my finger. So don't use straight glass on a glass palette. Now I'm jumping into this painting right here, getting that background in. And I noticed that there's some dark colors in this background as well. I'm simply pushing that paint around and laying down this underpainting. if you haven't yet, I encourage you to create your own master study of an artist that you love. And it doesn't have to be an artist who was an artist way back when. It could be artists now that you love, whose work that you consider at a level of a master artist, really. So think about that. And now I'm just laying out proportions of the face. I have the painting to my left on my laptop as I'm looking back and forth. And I'm not sure if John Singer Sargent, when he painted this, that he didn't use a pencil lay-in first, or if he just used a brush. Because if the painting is sort of a tight painting in a way, and that's the fun part about it, is figuring out how they painted, how they went about painting it. Did they paint it more loosely? Did they paint it more tightly? And that's what helps you as an artist to tap into that mindset of them as well. I decided to do it this way. I decided to use a brush and to sort of get that loose paint style. And as I was painting this, I noticed the details that he took and really focused on as well. And they're just subtle details that you'll notice throughout the painting. Subtle color changes in the skin tones. Right here, I'm using that smaller brush for those eyes as well. I'm assuming he was using a tiny brush for these details. And for this painting, I'm really taking my time with this painting. I'm really striving to not rush it. Because I see, as I was painting, I felt that when John Singer Sargent was painting this, he was really taking his time as well, and really considering how he was painting this painting. For this painting, I also decided to mix as I go in a way, and then also pre-mix just a tad bit colors as well. Since it was a smaller painting, I didn't have to mix large amounts. I decided to use some painting medium to get more of a flow with my paints. And when you're doing a master study, I encourage you to not get too frustrated or bogged down with the idea of getting exactly how that artist painted it. simply get into the idea of their just tapping into their mindset behind that artist. And as I'm painting this, I'm really paying attention to how delicate these brush strokes were. Soft, light touches. And me as a painter, I wouldn't put the label of being impatient on myself, although I don't like to spend too much time on a painting, and this painting really forced me to slow down, take my time, and enjoy the process. One of my favorite parts about painting is capturing the hard lines, the soft lines, and also the lost edges. In the eyes, we have that dark gray color in there. Especially in the neck area is where those soft color changes were. One of my favorite parts is getting the reflective light. And so this was my painting of John Singer Sargent's Master Study. Would I do it again? Yes. In the future, yes. Not immediately soon, but in the future, yes, I would. It's very beneficial. I got an idea of how he paints, the delicate brush strokes, the light color changes. This master study was actually kind of fun, and I surprised myself, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. And lastly, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more videos like this, and I'll see you next time.